Welcome back to Design Bundles YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal, and today I have a super fun project for you. We are going to make our very own Welcome to Our Home Wi-Fi password sign. So this is going to help your guests have easy access to your Wi-Fi password, and it's going to be super cute decor. So what you're going to need is a blank wooden sign of some sort. You could definitely do a reverse canvas if you wanted to on this project. If you guys haven't seen how to do reverse canvas, we'll have a video linked above or down below for you guys. So we've got our canvas. You're going to need to cut out your design on some adhesive vinyl. I'm using some Cricut Smart Vinyl. I was able to do this without the mat, so I did this with my Cricut Maker 3. You're going to need a squeegee of some sort, and then I'm also going to use parchment paper to show you how to find that perfect placement without committing too early. And then you're also going to need your weeding tool, of course. Now for today's transfer tape, I'm actually using paper transfer tape. So I'm actually going to show you guys that as well. So I've got my transfer tape, I've got all of my supplies. So let's go ahead and quickly weed everything out. So I'm just going to go ahead and go through here really quick and zoom right through here. Now the one thing I do love about adhesive vinyl with signs like this is I really do like to use the matte look because it definitely looks like paint. You could also do a stencil with this and then paint it on as well. That's another option. Now, something else to keep in mind for this project is you could also type out your password using one of our fonts. So you could definitely just type your password out and then go ahead and apply that at the same time. Or you could hand letter it on with some pens or paint and things like that. So that's a few things you can do as well. Now, another thing that you could also do is if you apply this to a dry erase board, so you could get those, I believe, at the Dollar Tree. You could definitely use a dry erase marker for that as well. That way, if you ever change your password, it's going to be easy access. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly weed through all of these pieces right here. So I've almost got all of these. Now, one thing to keep in mind for small pieces like this, if you actually leave your little weeding pieces like this to grab the other ones, it just kind of helps attach it to the other ones. So this one's too big, so I can't do that. We've got just a few more little small ones here. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly grab those out. But as you can see, if I go down with my adhesive vinyl like that, it's grabbing them out because the adhesive is sticking to the adhesive. All right, so here is our design. So you guys can see we've got our nice straight edge here. This is going to be where you can either hand write it on here, or once again, you could definitely come in here and take your letters and already have those cut out. You could do them in different colors. That would be really cute as well. And then apply it after the fact also. Now, I did accidentally weed out my little eyes here, but I can actually take a little paint pen and bring those back in instead of fussing and trying to keep those. So that's another little tip. So I am going to get ready to pick this up with my transfer tape here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my paper transfer tape. I do like these rolls because they are 6 inches. They're perfect for projects like this because they're going to go right inside. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll this out like so. And then I'm going to come down on here just like a taco. And then what's really cool too about the paper transfer tape is I can actually tear it. So I don't have to get out my scissors or anything like that. I can actually tear this. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and come in here with my squeegee, and I'm going to start to go ahead and pick this up. So I'm just going to go from one side to the next. What's also great about paper transfer tape is wet method. So say, for example, I was applying a decal to my car, I could actually wet the window, apply the adhesive vinyl, and then the paper transfer tape just works really well with the wet method. Now, if that's something that you guys want to see me do a project on is the wet method with applying adhesive vinyl, definitely let me know in the comments below. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just rub this in just like so. We're going to flip it over, and then we are going to go at an angle here. And if anything tries to come back up with you, just slowly push it down. I'm going to go ahead and take a pair of scissors, and I'm going to go ahead and trim a little bit of this down just so it's not too big for my canvas. So now what I can do is I'm going to take that parchment paper. Parchment paper, I have a question all the time too, is Should it be parchment paper or butcher paper? Parchment paper has a coating on here that doesn't allow this to stick to it. So you definitely want to use parchment paper, baking sheets, and you really want to find the white ones because it's easier to see through. So what I can do here is line this up, and as you can see, it will not stick to it. And that way, when I bring this in over here, I'm going to be able to put this on here so you guys can see I have a barrier in between. So that way I can really figure out that placement. So what you want to do is leave a little bit of this on the outside of that parchment. So that way we're going to be able to stick this down, lift it up, and remove that parchment paper. So what I'm going to do here is just kind of eyeball it and just see if I'm happy with it. I'm pretty sure I'm happy with this. So I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I can take a fingernail, take my little squeegee here, and there's not a piece of parchment under this tiny little piece here. So now what I can do is peel this back, remove this, and then slowly work from one side to the next. So I'm just going to go ahead and rub that down just like so. And now we've got that perfect placement without committing too early. Because you guys know once that adhesive vinyl goes down, it's over with. So that's definitely a great tip. So I'm going to go ahead and work from one side to the next. And as you guys can see with this paper transfer tape, you can still see right through it. All right, so I'm just going to work from one side to the next to smooth everything down. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and get an angle here and peel. And just like that, we've made our very own welcome to our home Wi-Fi password. So now I could go in here. I've got a little piece coming up there. I could come in here, take a pen. I could take a paint pen. I could hand letter this if I want to, or I could come back in, like I said, and cut out with some adhesive vinyl, and I could go ahead and apply that as well. So lots of different ideas here. You can also even take, say for example, a piece of white adhesive vinyl, the glossy, and then use, kind of get it kind of like a square almost right in here. So that way we have a layer that we could write on with those dry erase markers. So lots of different options. Once again, you could also apply this on that dry erase board. So you guys can do that as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.